Hi guys, welcome to episode 2 of Headlines Podcast, period. I'm in a Nestle Espresso, and you guys, I hate this fucking foam shit on the top. And everyone's like, everyone's like, oh my god, the foam with the Nestle Espresso. It tastes like shit. You guys want to taste like shit? I don't know if you guys know what tastes like shit. It literally tastes like shit. So, I hate that. So, I made a Nestle Espresso, and I plan on recording completely, like I was writing on my podcast outline today, it's Sunday, and I was writing on my podcast outline, I was a completely normal episode, like talking about my goals for the week, like how my updates been going with my Sleeping Beauty era, my Peloton, like my new breakfast era, like I was going to plan on talking about all the things, you know what I mean, and then I had a realization, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, today is like the fucking year-anniversary of the darkest moment of my life. I don't know why I'm saying it so happily. I'm kind of nervous. I was just like procrastinating. Like I was like I was like just had my finger on like the record button for like so long, and I'm like, I tell you just had to press record and do it. So it was okay. I'm probably gonna cry in this. I've been like not rehearsing what I'm gonna say, but like I like talking to myself. Like I've been staring at myself in this like photo booth thing and talking to myself for like an hour now. I was like, Taylor, maybe press record. Okay, there we go. So you're not like as insane as you seem. I have talked about this before on the podcast that I was on. I went on Abby Aslin's podcast, I think a couple of months ago in May or April. I went on her podcast and I've touched on it before. I've touched on it in my YouTube Q&As. I feel like I bring it up whenever there is, whenever it's appropriate to bring up. But, okay, I'm going to get serious. Okay. So, I don't know why I'm laughing. I was literally just crying this, like, whole morning. Not, like, not in a bad way, but I'm, like, totally fine. I'm, like, totally chilling. But I was just crying, like, revisiting, like, thinking about all this stuff. So, whatever. I don't know. Okay, weirdly enough. Not weirdly. It's not weird. But this morning, I, like, had this urge to, like, write positive things about myself in my journal. Which is, like, so weird. I don't know. I was just thinking about it. I was like, Taylor, like, you are, like, slaying. Like, I was like, Taylor, like, you're such a hard worker. Like, you're amazing. Like, I was just thinking that, and I was like, you know what, I'm, like, gonna write this down. Like, so I titled my journal with the day of the week, and I was like, Taylor, like, you are so strong. Like, you are so capable. Like, you're driven. Like, you're so deserving, whatever. Like, I was writing all this stuff, and I was like, okay, like, period. Like, wow, I, like, love myself, whatever. And, I think that's when I realized when I wrote the date out, I was like, oh my god. I was like, it's, like, a year since, like, literally, I'm already gonna start crying. Like, the worst day of my life. And, like, not really, like, the worst day of my life, but, like, the darkest, like, this weekend. It was, like, the whole weekend, basically, like, July, 23rd and 24th, like, last year. It was, like, the darkest, like, day of my life, like, weekend of my life. And then I was thinking about that, and I'm, like, at the end of this little journal, I have to get a new one. I'm, like, right at the end of it. And I flipped back, and I was, like, I wonder what I was writing about, like, let's go see, like, what I was writing, because I've been journaling for years. I have journals from 2018, 17 in my room, like, with all, like, and it's so cool to, like, look back. I see all my ex-boyfriends, like, everything I've been through, like, back when I was in college and stuff. It's so cool to look back on. So I was like, oh, like, let's look back at, like, what I was saying a year ago, and I flipped back, and literally, like, right when I started this journal was, like, that weekend. Was, like, right before, it was, like, mid-July last year. So I have everything, like, written down of, like, what I was going through and stuff, and I was just reading it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make the podcast today about that, because I was just thinking about it so much, and I'm very open with my emotions, like, in general, and especially with this stuff, and, like, I'm not, like, sharing this, like, oh my god, like, Taylor, like, you're so inspiring, you're so strong, like, everyone goes through, like, bad shit, like, I'm not, like, some, like, Gandhi, you know what I mean, like, I'm not saying, like, oh my god, like, my success story, like, bitch, like, I'm not saying like that, but I'm just, like, I'm so open about my emotions, and it's, like, I share with you guys, my meal prep and my morning routine, like, this is just another part of my life that I'm sharing with you guys. I'm not sharing it to be, like, so inspiring and, like, motivational, like, if it does motivate you, like, cool, but, like, I'm also just sharing it because, like, this is, like, literally, like, what's been on my mind today, and, like, that's what my podcast is. It's just, like, what's been on my mind, like, what I'm going through, like, I'm not trying to, like, share it to, like, be some, like, inspirational queen, but, like, if I end up being one, like, okay, but, I was reading my old journal, and it was just weird because I was writing all of these, like, I told you how this morning I was writing all these positive, like, affirmations about myself, and I was like, wow, like, I'm, like, kind of slaying, like, I was just thinking, like, positive thoughts about myself, and then I flipped back to these pages, and I think that's what really, like, hit me, was, like, I'm looking back at these pages I was writing a year ago, And the first thing I write, Sunday, July 24th, which today's Sunday, July 23rd, literally a year ago to the day. The first thing I write is, why have I not experienced success? Little did I know in 2 weeks, I was going to be a TikTok star. Little did I know. Literally the first thing I read on the page is, why have I not experienced success? I wrote, I feel like I'm a hard worker and I'm like being so, like I'm reading my journal to you guys right now from the darkest weekend of my life. Like I don't like care. Like I'm so open about this stuff. And I would like talk more. I wish I could tell you guys every little single detail of what I've been through in my life and like how it's affected me. Cause I think I talk about astrology a lot. Okay. I love astrology. I think about astrology a lot. I'm very into astrology. So like this podcast honestly is probably gonna have a lot of astrology like references in it. But I'm a Scorpio moon, if you guys know astrology. I'm a Scorpio moon, I'm a Scorpio Mercury, and I'm a Scorpio rising. So I have all of those planets in my first house. I analyze things, like I want to figure things out. Like whenever I'm having like an emotion, like I want to like get to the root of it. I'm like, why am I having this emotion? What happened? Like I very much like I'm so in tune with my emotions, which I love about myself. So that's why I'm like literally reading my journal right now, because like I'm just like so like emotionally like in tune, whatever. So I wrote in here, I feel like I'm such a hard worker and I have so much talent, passion, and drive, but I feel like it isn't being used. I want to do a lot of things, but I feel like I can't focus on one thing and that my priorities change every single day. That was something that I struggled with so much. Like I couldn't focus. I wanted to do so much, but I couldn't. I don't know if it's like ADHD. I don't want to like, because I don't like have ADHD, but like I feel like it is like a symptom or like a trait of ADHD. It's like you have so much going on in your head and like you can't do any of it because there's so many things you want to do that you just can't do it. And that's something that I struggled with so much. And that's kind of how like my TikTok kind of came about, because I was procrastinating it. Like, so like I literally wrote in here, I wrote it on the page, I wrote, why do I want to make YouTube videos and TikTok so much, but then I never have any motivation to do it? And because like I wanted to do so much that I like just didn't do anything. And the TikTok that I posted that went viral like 2 weeks after I was writing all of this stuff, like that was such a random TikTok where I didn't think about it. I just did it. I don't even, like, literally when I think back to, like, why I made that video or, like, why I posted it, I don't even know what was, I literally think that, like, God was like, Taylor, and he, like, just made me do it. Like, I don't remember why I posted it or why I filmed it. I just did. And it changed my life so drastically. Oh, I wrote, I want to make YouTube videos and TikToks about how come it never feels right. I was writing in here, I was so confused too. I wrote in here, should I be sad? Should I be grateful? Should I work harder? Do I have a right to be sad? Should I be happy? Because I was so confused. I was like, I always like felt guilty about like being sad in my situation, because I was like, I have a roof over my head. Like I have parents, like I'm alive, I'm healthy. And I was like, I feel so guilty like being sad, even though like there was like stuff going on like in my life. But I was like, do I have a right to be sad? Like, should I be grateful? Like, is this the time to like persevere and be grateful? Do I soak into this like sadness, or do I keep, you know what I mean? I was so confused on like how to feel and like what was right to feel in this situation. I just like want to, like, I feel like a lot of people feel like that. So like, it's okay to feel like that. And like, that's like so normal to like feel like that. Like, I don't know if I should be sad or I should be grateful. Like everyone's like, oh, practice gratitude and positivity. And it's like, I'm like down so bad right now. Like, I don't know what to do. And I like, think I've really like learned that this year is like the positivity and like gratitude thing is great. But like, I feel like this year I really sunk into all of my emotions. And like, I'm not afraid to admit, like, I'm pissed right now. Like, I'm pissed. I'm sad. I'm upset right now. I'm mad right now. I'm confused right now. Admitting those emotions and sinking into those and really feeling them and thinking about why you're feeling them is something that I've had to do a lot in the past year. And I don't think that I would be where I was today if I was just faking it all the time and being like, oh my God, like I'm so grateful and I'm so happy. Of course, like deep down, I felt guilty for being sad. Like deep down, of course, I'm grateful. Like, dude, you have a fucking house. Like so many people don't have a fucking house. So many people aren't healthy right now. You know, of course, I'm so grateful for that. But like, I can be grateful for that stuff, but I also can be like sad about my life and like where I'm at and like want more for myself, have a bad time in my life and sink into that. And I've really learned this year that like, it's truly, your life will never like one day just get better and you will be happy. You will suddenly figure out happiness and like you will be happy the rest of your life, because my life has like gone through a lot of ups and downs this year. And I've really just learned to enjoy. Even when I was so sad, like back in April and May even, I went through like another little like dip, and I was like, Taylor, like you're gonna look back one day and like appreciate going through all of this and feeling all of these emotions. And I do. And I you find so much strength in like the fact that like you acknowledge that you were feeling down, you embrace those emotions that you were having, and you got through it, and it makes you so strong, and like you can literally like get through anything. Like you don't need to fake it through anything. You can fully feel your emotions and get over them and get to a better place. And like that's just like a big lesson that has been like in my life this year. Oh, this is again, I was really happy last week. I was focusing on the positives, and then today I started thinking about all of the negative stuff, and I got anxious and sad. Should I keep my mind in that carefree, positive space right now and enjoy life and what I have? Or should I be worrying? Am I not working hard enough? Do I need to do more? I was so confused with like how I should be reacting to life. And I feel like, yeah, damn, this year I really just like, instead of thinking so hard about like how I should be feeling or what I should be doing, I was just doing and just living like in like the vibe. You know what I mean? Like instead of trying to like change the vibe, I was just living through the vibe, and like just I learned to trust my intuition a lot and like how I feel about things a lot, and not feel like how should I be feeling? How should I be doing this? And I just learned to like, because I said to myself, like I'm very I've always been very confident. So I was like, Taylor, like you think highly of yourself, like you know you're smart, you know you're intuitive, like you know, like I would trust myself. I never really asked people for advice. Like I would trust myself and my opinion over anyone else's. Like I think that I am smart and intelligent and wise and everything. And I'm like, so why are you second guessing yourself? I was like, so why are you second guessing your emotions? Why are you second guessing how you feel? I know what's best for me more than anyone else. So why am I questioning how I'm feeling or what I should do? You know, and like I realized like deep down, like I know what I should be doing, and I don't have to think about it. I don't have to second guess it. I don't have to ask around for what I should be doing or how I should be feeling. Like, and I really feel like I connected with that this year through these experiences. I haven't even gotten into like literally anything. I've gone on like 10 different tangents. I haven't even gotten into like the meat of the story. Oh my God. I said, I'm a hard worker, but what do I have to prove from it? I have barely accomplished any of my goals in life. I don't know if I should be mad at myself or not. Little did I know what was going to happen for me this year. So that was what I wrote in my journal a year ago today. And then flip a few pages, and it's Sunday, August 7th, 2022, so like 2 weeks after that. And I wrote, well, it happened. A TikTok of me went viral. 2.4 million views in what? I posted on the 4th, so 2.4 million views in 3 days. This has given me the confidence and push to keep going, to keep being myself and making content. I'm so fucking grateful for every moment that has gotten me here. Like, that's the part of like where it's like when you're in the good moment, you can realize how much those bad moments allowed you to grow. And I think that leaning into your emotions in the bad moments helps you grow so much, because if you're constantly distracting yourself, like if you're in a bad moment, you're constantly distracting yourself with friends, going out, like boys, food, TV, you know, oh, like be positive, blah, 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 blah. You're not gonna, like, you're feeling those emotions for a reason. Like you're going through all of these life experiences for a reason. Like God is putting those experiences and those feelings and those emotions in your path for a reason. If you're ignoring them, if you're distracting yourself from them, like you're not going to learn and grow and like learn what you need to learn from those experiences to grow and to get better and to move on into the next cycle of your life. And I think that that's what I have learned this year, big time, is you need to embrace those bad times and think, what can I learn from this? What is the universe? What is God trying to teach me in these really, really bad moments? Like, how can I grow from this? And it's not saying like, oh, like, F this, my life sucks. You know, it's not being negative, but it's also not being like, oh no, like, I'm fine. Like, it's fine. Like, everything's fine. No. You know, it's analyzing and thinking, what am I learning from this? Why has this situation been put in my path? And what am I learning from this? How am I growing from this? How am I going to get out of this? And like, how am I going to this is another thing, taking the most or taking the most out of the bad situation. Being grateful for like those truly bad emotions that you're feeling and thinking like, and just like acknowledging that those are going to make you, that those were put in your path for a reason, that it's going to take you to the next level. And then I wrote, I have gone through so many dark and challenging times these past couple years. Some were really hard to drag myself out of. I lost hope time and time again, felt helpless, alone, purposeless. I have been proven many times that everything always works out, but this was definitely the hardest time to keep my spirits high during these past few months. I wrote in here, 2 weekends ago, I spent all weekend crying, which was a year ago right now. I spent all weekend crying alone, thinking I was an absolute failure. This always makes me cry. I remember picking my head up. I remember I was crying like this. I was paying my rent at my kitchen island. I was sitting at my kitchen island paying my rent, and like some other stuff was going on too. And I was crying, like thinking, how the fuck am I gonna, like, I was literally just thinking, like, if this is going to be my life, like, I don't know how I'm going to continue on. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. I was just like, it was like when I had my head like this on my island, that was the lowest point of my entire, mentally the lowest, darkest moment of my entire life, where I was like, I don't know if I can, like, I feel so hopeless and useless and purposeless. Like, I don't know if this is going to be my life. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get through it. And I remember I picked my head up and I told myself that I needed to be strong. No one was there to pick me up. It was all on me. Ever since then, I have felt different. I had like a shift. Just remember I was sitting there like with my head in my face, and I just remember like thinking like I wanted to quit. Like, I was just like, what am I doing all of this for? Because I was like waking up early. I was eating healthy. At the time I was having my really bad stomach problems. And I just felt really discouraged in like my goals, like with my career and stuff like that. And I just was like, I was thinking like, what am I working so hard for? I was like, what am I working so hard for? What the fuck am I doing all of this hard work for? Waking up early, going to the gym, meal prepping, eating healthy. What am I doing this for? Like, my life sucks. I was like, nothing is paying off. And I like thought to myself, I was like, what if I just quit and I stopped waking up early and I just started not giving a fuck, basically, like, stop working hard. And I was like, you know what, Taylor, like, you have two options. Like, you can give up and start like being a loser, or you can keep going. And I like truly pondered it in that moment. And I just remember like I picked my head up and I was like, I am the only one. Like, it's me and me right now. Like, I am the only thing that I have. I cannot give up on myself. Like, if I give up on myself right now, I have nothing. I'm gone. I have nothing. Because I was the only person that I had. I had no one else there for me at the time. And I was like, if I give up on myself right now, like, that's it. Like, that, I have nothing else to do. And I was like, I have to keep going. Also, I'm like editing this and I have a little thing to add in. But like, also my routines and like my morning routine at the time and like working out and all that stuff, like, that was all that I had to give me even just, it barely gave me any purpose because I had been doing it for so long with like no results. But that was like the last bit of purpose and like hope that I was holding on to, was like, okay, Taylor, like, I just kept telling myself, like, you work so hard, like, you have to get rewarded. Like, somehow, some way, God, the universe is going to reward you for all this work that you're putting into. So it's like, if I gave up, like my routines and stuff was the only thing that I was holding on to that was like giving me anything in my life. So like, that's why like this like means so much to me, and like these routines are like so important to me, and like my discipline is so important to me, because it's truly like, if I didn't have my discipline, I would have had nothing at this time, and I don't know what would have happened. So I just wanted to add that in there too. So like, that's why like my routines and my discipline mean so much to me, because it's truly like all I had as like the tiniest bit of hope that possibly something could get better, because I knew that I was putting in the work and I knew I deserved more. I knew I was capable of more. And yeah, so and I just was like, I was like, Taylor, you have to just keep going. And it's been years at this point when I'm sitting there. It had been years of me working so hard at everything that I did. And it got me to the darkest place in my life. And I was just like, what have I put in all of this work for to be here sitting at the absolute worst point of my life, you know? And I just said to myself, I just knew it's not me to give up on stuff. Like, you guys know I'm such a driven person. I was like, that's not me. Like, I have to keep going. I have to keep going. And I kept going. And 2 weeks later is when, you know, my life changed forever. So it's just really crazy that, you know, I can look back and like re-experience these emotions. But that's where I was a year ago today, was feeling so lost, hopeless, worthless, all of those things, like at the darkest moment of my life. And here I am a year later where I can say that I've accomplished, you know, a lot. And I'm not saying that my life is like perfectly amazing and awesome right now and all my problems are solved, but I can say that I feel a purpose. And that's what that TikTok did for me. When TikTok has given me a purpose in life when I really, 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 really fucking needed one. And that's what that video that went viral did for me. And it still gives me a purpose every single day. There's still parts of my life that aren't where I want them to be, but TikTok definitely keeps me going and gives me a purpose. I'm not trying to be like some inspiring, like, you know, oh, my story is so people have gone through much worse. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, my life sucked. Like, people have gone through much worse than I had. And I'm not trying to be like so inspiring, but I think my story does serve as a testament to hard work and strength and not giving up on yourself even when things get really, 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 really hard and you really, really want to give up. Anyways, okay, I like went on too long about that. I might cut a lot of that out. Honestly, I talked for like 30 minutes. But I did want to get like some regular podcast episode stuff in there too, just because I just launched this podcast. I'm already turning it into like an Oprah Winfrey show, okay? But I do have some like updates on like my goals for the week and like my little different eras that I'm going through and like how those are going and stuff. So goals for the week this week. Okay, honestly, like last week I started my 8 hours of sleep journey, right? To like see how it would affect me. And honestly, I have my pimples have been so under control this week, and like they haven't been like that in a long time. So I think it is because of my sleeping. I think that I'm like looking in the mirror. I like think that is what like why I was having acne was because of like my cortisol and like not getting enough sleep. And I did do pretty good this week with my sleep. However, I started my period like on like Tuesday or something. So like obviously that affected my tiredness, my moodiness, my acne, like my bloating. So like honestly not the best week to like do my little experiment thing. But this week, tomorrow, that starts the real experiment because my period is like, it's like ending. It's like at its end point now. So that'll be the true, real, like we're really doing it. So that obviously affected a little bit, but I did write some notes on like what I had noticed about it. Just like obviously I was like bloated and like I was like kind of like a bitch. And I honestly, dude, I swear too, like with my acne and my bloating, how like I thought that like I think that those started when I started doing the 3:30 a.m. thing, like waking up super early. I am a very aggressive talker, but I did not used to be aggressive until like the end of college. Like I started getting very aggressive, like in like what I say and stuff, and like snappy kind of. I don't like that about myself. Like I don't like when I do that. Like I was very easily annoyed. And I would like react quickly, like stop, like I'd be like stop doing that, like you know what I mean. I'm like sweating now. Oh my god. And I think that started too when I started waking up early. So I'm hoping that like I become like a little bit more pleasant and not have as much of an attitude too. That would be really helpful. And I'm sure everyone would appreciate that. But I think that started too with my 3:30 a.m. wake up. So honestly, like fuck 3:30 a.m. I'm never fucking waking up with that ever again. Fuck that. But again, like I was on my period, so I already had an attitude. So like, I didn't notice any changes in my attitude, but I think I will. When this week we start fresh. But I did notice my pimples are better. One is the thing that I noticed, and then also, okay, this is like so random, but like obviously like I am thin and I am fit, but sometimes I would feel like a stuffed sausage. Like I would always say like I look like a stuffed sausage today. Like I would just feel like puffy. And, like, I'm like, why do I feel like, I don't know. I would just feel like, I would always say, like, stuffed sausage. Like, I didn't feel, like, bloated. I didn't feel, like, fat. Like, I didn't feel like I was gaining weight, but I felt like a stuffed sausage. Like, I just felt like I was like, it was, like, my skin was bloated. Almost like not my stomach, but like my skin was bloated. And I actually felt like, obviously my period was not helping that, like the bloating and stuff, but on like Thursday or something, I felt like so like slender. Like I felt like slender, and I was like, whoa, like why do I feel like so thin? Like I feel like so like light. Like I didn't feel like a stuffed sausage. And I think that that might have been because of like the high cortisol. Like I think it's like, you know, like people say like they don't like lose weight until like they'll like diet, but like they won't lose weight because they have high cortisol. And honestly, like I switched my diet like very, very drastically like last April, and I never lost a like any weight from it, like at all. And I was like, why the fuck? Like I would eat snacks at work, I would eat candy at work, snacks at work, and I completely cut the candy and snacks out. Didn't lose any weight. And I'm like, high cortisol, bitch, you dumb bitch. Why didn't you think of that before? Dumb, stupid bitch. Anyways, we love her though. We love her. I'm also interested to see, like, obviously my period, I was eating bad and I was bloated, you know, whatever. But like this week, like, am I like I think I'm gonna be like getting a little slender. Like my cortisol levels are lowering. I'm gonna get less bloated. I'm gonna retain less water. I think it's gonna be a good move for me. So we'll see how that goes. But I also felt at work, like whenever like I would get like an email, I'd be like, oh my god, like I have to do this email. And like I didn't used to be like that. I've been working at my job for 2.5 years now, and the 3:30 a.m. thing really got intense about a year and a half ago. My first year at work, I was like, oh, an email came in, bam, 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 done, poo, checked off the list. Like I was like so like every time I got something, I was like boom, boom, boom. I would just knock shit out like crazy. Like a crazy woman. Like my productivity, I'd be like getting everything done so fucking quick. And then like the past year and a half, I've just been like, oh my god, like an email, like, oh, day ruined, you know? Like I'd be like, oh my god, I have to do this email, you know? I was still doing it and everything, but I like I was not in the mood to do it. No, I was not. But dude, this past week, I have been like I haven't felt like so like productive and like ready to do, like I get excited when an email comes in. An email comes in, I'm like, yes, like I'm gonna do this email so fucking good right now. And like I haven't felt like that literally since like a year and a half ago. And I think that it's a cortisol, you guys. This is so weird. I love being a scientist. It's giving Bill Nye. Like I'm so smart, I'm a scientist. And I feel like, I'm like, dude, I haven't felt this feeling. Like, I feel like my old self. I feel like my old self. I'm so productive. I'm doing my emails. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I was killing it. I was truly killing it. So, I think my energy, my mood, I felt more relaxed. Like, I'm probably getting hot because I'm drinking this espresso. Oh, shit. Speaking of low cortisol, nothing like a double espresso shot for the low cortisol. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I'm just a girl. It's a weekend. I'm like living my best life on the weekend, okay? Don't even talk shit. I'm just having a little Sunday espresso shot. Anyways, so I feel like my energy, my mood, I've been like more like chill. Like I've been like more like happy and like chill and like productive. And so I think that it is working. But like truly this week will be the real test because my period fucked everything up. Anyways, so next, Peloton. I still love the Peloton. My favorite instructor is now Kendall. I used to do Olivia, but now Kendall is like my number one right now. And I actually did go to the gym. I haven't gone to the gym on the weekend in so long because weekends are my time off. On the weekend, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go out. I don't want to do anything. I want to lay on the fucking couch. That's it. And I want no one to speak to me. That's all I want to do. But I did go to the gym this weekend, and I did Peloton because I've been doing Pilates Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then gym Tuesday, Thursday, and I was like, I need another gym day. Like, I need another day of the gym, and I was like, oh, fine, I'll go on a Saturday. So I went on Saturday, and I did Peloton yesterday, and I did, like, weights and stuff, and, like, my abs and my normal stuff. Really great, actually. I think I'm going to start doing that every weekend. I'm, like, so healthy. So I'm going to be doing Pilates Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then gym Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So that was quite great. Been loving the Peloton still. I literally, like, I was not expecting to like it so much. Like, I never want to incline walk again. Fuck. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Fuck hot girl walks. And honestly, the incline walking, no. Peloton. Like, I get so sweaty on the Peloton and it's just so good. It's the best workout ever. I love it. Additionally, wow, I wrote a lot of notes. Okay, my meal prep updates. So, so I've been doing sandwiches for my lunches. Honestly, so relieving not having to fucking meal prep. Oh my god, it was such a burden on my life. So I've been doing sandwiches. So I've been doing like a turkey sandwich with like mustard and mayo, or I've been doing peanut butter and jelly, kind of whatever I'm feeling that day. I just decide what I'm feeling that day and I do it. So that would have been so good. And I use the sourdough bread from Trader Joe's, and it's 7 grams of protein per slice. So just from the bread, you're getting 14 grams of protein. A bitch. Anyways, so that's been slaying for the lunches. And then for breakfasts, I've been doing I did chia seed pudding. I did avocado on rice cakes. I did avocado on English muffins. I've been doing a bunch of different breakfasts. I did an oatmeal day. And it's been really fun. Not doing, I miss, of course, the breakfast sandwiches are so, I think I did a breakfast sandwich one day this week, but, it's been so fun to, switch it up, and it's, honestly, super, fun and, chill, so that's been going great as well. And also, an update, I haven't made my ginger shots yet, but I got aloe vera juice for my ginger shots, because you guys were saying to, put that in instead of water, because it's, good for your stomach, and it's, healthy, I don't know, or, makes it, taste better or something, so I did get aloe vera juice that I'm going to be putting in my ginger shots this week, so we'll see how it tastes and how it, affects everything. I don't know. I feel like aloe vera is good for your skin and stuff too. So that's exciting and thrilling. Oh, and then I also bought yogurt. I bought yogurt for my breakfast, but I was too scared to eat it this week because I told you guys I always talk about this, how yogurt, I thought that yogurt was breaking me out, Greek yogurt, when I would eat it. But now that I'm kind of getting my acne more under control with the cortisol thing and sleeping, I was like, okay, maybe I should try yogurt again, see if it was the yogurt, if it was just my high cortisol, because I had constant pimples for the past year and a half, so I'm gonna see if if yogurt actually was the cause, or if it was just my high cortisol. And I ate yogurt yesterday for breakfast with this delicious granola. It's the Love Crunch dark chocolate peanut butter granola. It's so delicious, and I had that, and I don't have any pimples today, so slay. And then I just ate it again this morning for breakfast. It was so good. And I love Greek yogurt. It's so protein filled and healthy for you, probiotics. And I ate it again today, so we'll see if I get any pimples, and if not, then yogurt is going to also be in the breakfast rotation too, because yogurt with granola is literally so good and so easy and so fun and so healthy. Yummy. So, and I also like eating it after work for a little dessert. Put some honey on it, some cinnamon, some granola. It's a dessert, bitch, a high protein dessert. So those are my meal prep updates. I want to talk about some goals that I've, or some summer goals, or year goals that I've I feel I've accomplished. And dude, so I went golfing yesterday, and I've been really wanting to get outdoors, do some new sports, because after my flag football era, when I was playing flag football in the fall, that has really changed, that has changed my life. I loved playing flag football, and I never thought I would ever try something like that, but it was actually really fun. And then I played sand volleyball, and I had never done that before. That was really fun. So now I'm in my golfing era, and I went golfing yesterday, and I improved my swing. I did some new techniques with my swing, and I think it's getting better, and it was a great time. And so I'm glad that I'm accomplishing my goals of trying new sports and really just getting outdoors and doing something with my life. It's been really rewarding. And additionally, my goal, dude, I had this goal at the you know how usually when you set a goal, it's I have to do this goal, oh my god, I have to push myself to do the goal, and I have to try really hard to do the goal. I had a goal of cooking more this year, and I have achieved that goal. I felt without even trying. I didn't even have to try to achieve it. I just did. And because I started off with my cooking shows, I was making my cooking shows, and you guys know I kind of stopped that because I got a little bit busy with some other stuff. And now I've been doing my Wednesday night dinners, and I'm posting on my TikTok, my Wednesday night dinners, and I made, these really delicious and amazing, not to flex, but, turkey burgers with Caesar salad this week. And I've been, cooking a new meal, almost every single week this year so far. And, I'm so proud of myself. But, I haven't even been, it's not I have to cook this week, duh, what do I do? Duh, duh. It's just been coming so effortlessly to me. And I think that, my gift in life, or, my passion, my destiny in life might have something to do with cooking. Just how effortlessly and naturally it has come to me. And I've just achieved the goal so well without even trying. I love this. And I think that cooking is just become a part of me. And I kind of want to dedicate my whole, I want to be Gordon Ramsay, Guy Fieri. I want to be like them. So that's my update on that. I'm just so proud of myself for that. And happy. I don't know. It's just amazing. I'm damn, I really did do that. I made so many cool recipes this year. And that's so fun. Oh my god, I love that. And then, lastly, oh, I just shook everything. Lastly, I want to go over my goals for the week. I think I want to do this every podcast episode is go over my goals for the week. So obviously, goal number 1, we're still working on the 8 hours of sleep per night, okay? I definitely got 7 every night last week, but it was our first week. We were on our period. It was tough, okay? So that's still a goal, is 8 hours sleep per week. And that includes getting ready for bed and taking off my makeup starting at 7:30. 7:30 p.m. is when I take off my makeup and get ready for bed. Then I take my magnesium, and then I get in bed by 8 p.m. I listen to my meditation music. I've been using the Superhuman meditation music, or it's just like on YouTube. You can look at like 528 hertz music on YouTube. I use that as well. My red light on my Hatch alarm, my rain sounds on my Hatch alarm, and I want to be reading my book. I sucked at reading my book last week. I'm gonna be honest. I sucked at reading my book last week. I like failed miserably. I need to get reading. I need to be reading 30 minutes at night, okay? And then I want to be asleep by 9 p.m. I think it's because I'm not really that into the book I'm reading right now. Like, I want a new one, but it's fine. I get through it. And asleep by 9 p.m. to then wake up at 5. Okay? And then another goal, gym 3 times a week. So Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Pilates 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then my ab routine. Every time I work out, I want to do my ab routine. It's been like, I want to make a video. I should make a video about like my ab routine because it's been so good. It's like 5 minutes and it's like so good. It like gets in there real good. It's like Pilates moves mixed with like classic ab workouts, but those are the goals for the week. Wait, I should probably have like more goals. That's like not that many goals. I don't know. Maybe I'll think about it. What else can I do? Like eat healthy? Like I don't fucking know. Like stupid shit. Like I don't know. Why don't I have any goals? Now I feel like a loser. Okay. I don't know. But those are my goals for the week. So this was episode 2 of Headlines Podcast. I don't know when I'm gonna like actually like get like a cover for it and like put it on like Spotify and like whatever. Like I don't know when that's gonna happen. I don't know when that is gonna happen. But for now I'm just doing this. This is my vibe. This is what I want to do. So I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. And I like my issue is like I don't have any photos of myself to like use on the cover. And like the cover that I have the whole like the cover is like completely like in my brain. Like I know exactly what I want, but I don't have a photo of myself. Last photo I have of myself is from my birthday, October. That's the last time someone took a picture of me. Because I don't get out much, you guys. So I can't use that picture because I was a completely different bitch back then. But I need like someone to take a picture of me. So it might be a while. But anyways, we'll get there one day. But that is episode 2 of Headlines Podcast. Your guys' comments were so sweet on the last episode. You guys were being really nice. I was like, wow, oh my god, you're being so nice. So thank you guys so much. I'm excited to keep making these episodes. It's so fun to just like do a little weekly catch up. Like, what is the vibe for the week? Like, we need to know the vibe. And I'm sorry that this one kind of got deep and dark and depressing, but like, that's life. Okay, that sounded really bad. But like, you know what I mean? Like, that's life. I don't know. Like, whatever. Okay. Just like awkward, like ending this. Okay, like bye. I don't know what to say.